Hi everyone, this is Steph. This is another video I am making as I progress along my journey in creating this business. And today I wanted to cover a couple things that I've kind of been working on and thinking about, and kind of do like a live work session to, for one thing, to record myself, and also to kind of talk through the process I'm using to kind of find and develop startup ideas. Um, so first of all, since I last, uh, okay, so first of all, on a more personal, okay, so first of all, something I'm doing this week is I took the week off of work as PTO, and I'm really using this week as I've called it like a founder week, where I have some goals I want to accomplish, but really I'm using this time uh, to really focus on this business and do it in an uninterrupted way, which is something I can't do when I'm working full time. It's constant, on and off type thing, and I really just want some like kind of blue sky time to do what I want to do. So yeah, that's been exciting. I recommend if you can do it, it's a very privileged position to be in. But if you can take some time off paid while you have a job, it's one way you can kind of work in starting a company while you also have a full time job. So I believe you can see my screen. So this is a pretty random thing to start on, and I don't like. Let me back up a little. So don't worry too much about this. Um, I've been using this framework for kind of thinking about business ideas, and there are a lot of frameworks out there, and this one kind of stuck out to me because it's pretty open ended and can lead you in so many different directions. And in a way, that's a downside of it, is that any one of these things you could kind of go down this really time consuming rabbit hole. But I want to just quickly summarize what it is, um, and show you what I'm doing to kind of develop some ideas of my own. So this guy, he's a VC, equity investor, and I think, let me see. Sorry, I didn't do a lot of research like background on him, but I know he's an experienced venture capitalist. So I really like the way he's broken down like basically data about the world and what's happening in business, especially, into five buckets. And those buckets are user insights, company insights, market insights, others, and then under here is the market shifts. So I'll just quickly go through each of these five. User insights, a user can be an individual consumer or a corporate user. This doesn't necessarily need to be the customer. And I think what they mean there is oftentimes, the end users of a product aren't the ones that are actually the customers, are the ones buying it. So not a super important distinction right now, but user insights to me means kind of the behaviors of an individual. And as a product manager in my job, user behavior, user insights is super important. So I always approach things from this lens first, or through this lens first. But I love that this framework kind of opens me up to all the other variables at play when you're starting a business and the other things you need to think about. Okay, so then there's company insights. These are insights related to the performance of specific corporations or institutions that play in a market. Market insights, insights related to a collection of companies and how they operate together in a market. Market shifts are the trends and catalysts changing the dynamics across each of the buckets. So that's the underlying thing here. And then others is a catch-all for the few insights that don't fit into the other buckets. And one thing I noticed here is it kind of goes in order of scale from the micro, which is a user, sort of the individual component of a system, up to the macro, because you have the users, you have the company, which is kind of a collection of users or a collection of customers. Then you have a market, which is a collection of companies. And then you have the shifts of that market, which is sort of, like it says, the trends and catalysts across those markets. And then the other is kind of the catch-all. But yeah, it's cool to think about this in terms of going from the micro, like individual user behavior, all the way to the macro, which is, the economy and market trends. So here's the map, he breaks them down into inputs. So you can see here, in like user insights is further broken down into problems and frustrations, common behaviors and workflows, motivations and desires, and value propositions that are resonating. Um, today I want to look at two groups of inputs, and actually I'm just going to do one today because these any one of these you could do a very long deep dive into, and it would take a lot of time. So I just want to show you one today, and it's in the company insight section. I want to look at some companies doing well because I think it'll be a good signal for what's kind of resonating, what products are, and what combination of features are people buying. What are the companies doing particularly well? Like it could be in their pricing, in their marketing, it could be in their product. It's probably in a lot of things, but it's a cool way to look. And these are really just signals. It's not like any one of these things is like going to give you the exact idea, but they're signals. They're suggestions for directions to go in. So within companies doing well, we have two buckets: legacy businesses that have high profits or high retention of customers, and then companies with fast growing revenue or user bases. So legacy, like this is my assumption with why you would want to look at these legacy businesses. Obviously, they're the ones that have been around for a while. They're successful, and you could look at what they're doing well. But what I think is actually interesting about legacy businesses is typically they are big and very slow to move. So you think of a company like Salesforce, which is like a classic, enterprise grade CRM that's been around forever, super profitable, but probably can't innovate very much or iterate because of how entrenched they are in the market and how big they are. So they may see and be well aware of certain opportunities, but it just doesn't make sense for them to pursue them because they have certain obligations to meet. And then companies with fast growing revenue or user bases. In one way, this is a really obvious signal, right? Look at companies that are doing well. But you could also think about this as if a fast growing user base has traction, right? They found product market fit and it's resonating with a certain type of user. So you could look at what exactly their offering is and how they're relaying it to their user. So that's what we're going to do a really quick one today. And this is in the kind of the video streaming online event webinar space. I just wanted to look at a few companies that seem to be doing some interesting things. I don't have all of the data that I would really want or need to say they're doing well. So we're going to have to make some assumptions here. But I pulled up a couple. So let's see. First one is called Playbook. And I came across because I was actually looking for a trainer. And this is a platform for fitness professionals to put their own content on this platform and allow their followers to subscribe to them. So they make money, and it seems like a really cool offering because it's kind of the technology I'm thinking about is a kind of a combination of video and content plus subscription, and it's really specifically for fitness trainers. And that's maybe not what I'm interested in, but it's an application of the idea I'm thinking about. So I want to use them as kind of a model. And we'll just do a really quick overview of what I'm looking at. So their marketing is really about, it's directed at the customer, which is the trainer, let's say. And their appeal is starting a business with your phone. I really think like that's fine. What I look at is start a business, because this is a way that they are telling their potential users, this is how you can make money. This is how you can, there's a saying, get made or get paid. If you can create a product that helps people get made or get paid, you're probably on the right track. I love this model because it kind of does both, right? You're creating a solution for people to get paid, and also to get made, because as I dug deeper into the product, there's a lot of things that can increase that particular trainer's visibility and success, and kind of make their name more prominent, I guess. So it features specific creators. Let's go into, I want to look at the pricing if they have it real quick. I love looking at pricing pages because, for one thing, it's like neatly breaking down exactly the features the product has. It's almost like a hack. It's like telling you everything Playbook has without you having to really use it. And then also how what their business model is, how they think about paying? Like what are they? What levers are they pulling to, I guess, kind of find the sweet spot of providing value for the user, but also maximize profits, I assume. So like, let's see, how do we find pricing? I feel like I saw it before. Hold on. Why is it not showing? I feel like I might have like JavaScript blocked or something, but I don't. I'm not sure what's going on here. Darn. Let's see if I can find it just like on this third-party site. No, they didn't have it. All right, we'll skip pricing for Playbook, but that is something I would look at. And that's going to tell you, how much are they charging these trainers to use the platform? And then, what percentage of the subscription fee that the end user is paying, how much of that is the creator or the trainer keeping? So Playbook, that's an example in my mind of a company. I don't know their revenue. We could look it up, see if it's online. They're a private company, so it's probably limited, but revenue 17 million. Wow, they're bigger than I thought. I don't know how long they've been around. And this is a cool site because it gives you this data and gives you competitors. So we could go down this path, right? Of our inquiry of companies doing well. We could use kind of like competitors or alternatives to the target company we're looking at. This is interesting because you could see PeerFit is, they're doing 20 million. I wonder what they're doing differently, or have they just been around longer, or what is the difference between the two? So they raised funding Series A, 9 million on 2020. Okay. So it looks like they are on a good track. Last raise in January 2021. Anyway, I like the mechanics of VC funding. I don't know very well, and it's hard to say how well they're doing vis-a-vis the money they've raised and the revenue. Like I don't have the expertise for that, but revenue of 17 million is pretty damn good. And then PeerFit, market leader in connecting employers and health. See, this is a totally different market where the primary buyer is going to be employers and health plans. And it may be the same kind of tech where it's like this content platform, but really it's a totally different market. So let's just take a quick look. Yeah, it's really more about corporate stuff. I don't really want to look at this, but I just another way to kind of think about when you're doing this research is who is this product built for? Okay, so let's go back. There's another company I wanted to look at. I don't even know how to say this. Hubilo, a virtual event platform, and that can do anything for the people who do everything. See, I actually kind of hate that because it's so vague and like, I like when things are more specific. But anyway, beyond that, let's look at the pricing page for this. Okay, so you can see it's a virtual event platform. And you can see even with this, there's video here, there's chat, there's statistics. I imagine there's payments, and we can look at some of the features if we want, but one platform for virtual, hybrid, and in-person events. Okay, so this is kind of like the line of like ideas or thought I'm thinking about. So let's see what their plans are. So they have 3 tiers. Advanced is $650 a month. This is pricey. So this is like, I don't know who their target customer is, but it's going to be quite different than, say, what we just looked at as Playbook. $650 a month billed annually. So you're paying a pretty big upfront cost. What is that? $8,000 or something. Key features: audience engagement, sponsorship, basic registration, ticketing, and analytics. Okay, and then for double that, you get deeply branded, engaging experiences, engagement, including gamification, advanced branding, including white labeling. White labeling is something I would like to offer as well. Designated client experience team, and then enterprise is, it's going to be a lot more bigger. You get the idea of. But I wonder if you can see all the features. Yeah. Okay. So this one, there are limits. So up to 1,000 registrations for advanced, 2,000 for pro, 4,000 for enterprise. The commissioning, goes down as you pay more, which makes sense. Branded. Okay, so let me back up. Why I find this interesting is because you are getting that breakdown of all the features, right? All the things that this particular group of customers cares about. So it's a good hack for, like, even when I'm thinking about building an MVP, the minimum viable product, what are the core features that I would probably look at the advanced here, like the basic, what are the basic requirements of this type of service that customers are looking for? Because they're probably going to be looking at this company and then a few others and kind of comparing the features. So you kind of need that baseline of what the customer expects. Right. So we won't go too deep into this now, but I love pricing pages. I think they tell so much, tell you such a story, and they give you so much information. So anyway, let's do a quick search for their data revenue. So I just click fast on everything. I should probably be more deliberate here. Let's try ZoomInfo too. I'm not going to do an account. So oh God, sorry guys. I have a lot of things set up to not be this distracted. But ZoomInfo, luckily, so 73 million. It's a whole different tier than what we last looked at. Virtual event platform, uniquely designed to empower exhibition organizers and exhibitors. Okay. Founded in 2015. We can see some of their other competitors here. Hopin, that's one I'm going to look at next. I don't know anything about them. I know a little bit about them, but I really wanted to dig into them. Okay. So they also raised venture capital last in October 21, 25 venture B. Series B, sorry. Okay, cool. So let's try Hopin now. They're newer, I know that, and I knew they really rode the wave of COVID, and that's what accounts for. See, they're around for 4 years fewer than the last company, and are at just about the same revenue. So that's pretty wild. Okay, Hopin. Need to get out of this. God, can I just pick something? I don't want to read this guide. I think my video might be blocking the exit, but I'm going to disable JavaScript. Cool hack here, and we'll get rid of that pop-up. Okay, all your events all on Hopin. Create immersive, virtual, hybrid, and in-person event experiences for your audience, no matter where they are. Okay. Some big names. I think let's put JavaScript back on because it's blocking a lot of information. One platform, endless potential. Studio. Interesting. I would like to know more about how these companies are kind of dealing with that interaction of the live and then on site, or online and on site. Any kind of event. See, I still I get they're doing well, all right. It's like, what do I know? But I don't love that anything for anyone type of messaging. It's just it's maybe once you get to this scale, it makes sense and it truly is. But when you're starting out, for me, I don't think of it. I don't want to be an all-in-one thing for everyone, right? I want to be a very specific thing for a very specific group of people, and then ideally scale up from there. So just on a side note, first one, optimized for connecting. I'm not going to lie. If I were in the market for something like this, this would appeal to me. The kind of the customizability. Yeah, I think it's a pretty good marketing website. And you kind of get the idea of what's important to these customers. I do believe interactive is very important, and they're kind of playing that up. Engage your attendees and then analyze data. these are all things that are going to be important to people in my potential target market. So these are just some use cases for it: webinars, conferences, etc. Let's just do this pricing page. They may not be as transparent. Let's see. Oh, yeah, they do. Okay. So monthly, let's look at just monthly. Free gives you unlimited events with up to 100 registrations per event, up to 2 hours. And you can, like I was talking about earlier, core features: complete virtual venue with stage, sessions, networking, expo areas, customizable registration. So that's nice that, like, I think they mean white labeling in a way, and that's free. And then basic analytics. Let's see what you get as you go up. Starter is $99 a month. And this kind of one lever they're pulling is the number of registrations. So events with more than 100 registrations, you pay. Canvas no-code website build. Very, very interesting. Because I've been thinking about that too, is like kind of like the white label experience, making a custom sort of, for any given event, making a custom kind of website or kind of landing page for it. Growth. So this is a significant jump, but it gives you 5 admin seats. And what else? And all the customization. So I like this. Insight is like, I think this is probably important to people. And it requires a big leap. And maybe it's just a totally different type of user that's going to do growth over starter. And then enterprise is going to be just a lot more, customization and such. Okay. So anyway, I will probably end this now. Let's go back to this input map. So custom companies doing well. So this was just kind of a freeform Google search where I'm just like looking through these companies and trying to extract insights. You could do this in a way more methodical way. Like, for example, with Crunchbase data, you could, kind of filter out by your industry or by size of company, whatever, fundraising stage, all these things that you may want to look at. And you could kind of export data and do like more of a rigorous data analysis. But I'm not really a data analyst. I really like this as an exercise in generating ideas, thinking out loud, looking at what's important to these potential markets. And yeah, we could just, again, for a totally different set of companies or for a different industry. Let's see. What else can I say for today? There was a lot I was potentially going to get into, and that's why I have all these tabs open. One cool hack there's a lot of cool hacks I could give you. GetApp, or like these sort of marketplaces or review marketplaces for software, are cool. Also, another way to kind of generate ideas. You can search by category, and then I want to see all categories. Sorry, guys. You can search by categories like CRM software, and you'll see all the candidates here. And then if you dig into the reviews, one thing I like to do is look at the negative reviews or look at the cons, what users are saying that they don't like about a platform, because you could find an opportunity there. And that's something I would certainly want to test. If one random user is saying they didn't like the user experience and everyone else is fine with it, that's obviously not a good signal. But still, there's some good content in there. And just to do a quick example, what's this? I don't know, HR software. Oh, I don't want that. I want the review. Let's look at some cons here. Also, it's most valued features, a great way to kind of figure out what your MVP is going to be. So cons: lack of variety on the careers page. Okay. Automate complicated automations. That could be something good to think about. Sorry, I know I'm going fast. I don't want to waste too much time on this one point. The program can only be used to check one job application at a time. You can't open. Okay, so this is like a really small technical limitation, but what the user is saying is they want to look at and compare multiple resumes at once. And that's like the kind of user problem I'm thinking about that they're speaking to, which is like maybe that's not solved with opening many URLs at once. Maybe what they really want is like a resume comparison tool, So anyway, you can get a lot of insights from cons or just things people don't like. Let's close all of these out. Okay, I'm going to end there because this has been long and a little bit unfocused, but I had fun doing it, and I hope maybe it was helpful. I don't know. I